Hello, in this video we're going to be tracking a massive storm that will be working its way towards Dixie, and this storm will bring severe weather. Thanks for this trough that will be making its way through. Along with this trough will bring lots of energy, so a lot of storm energy to support these storms, and also a lot of wind energy, so please be aware for large tornadoes and damaging winds. Along with that, there's enough favorable conditions for tornadoes, so let's get right into the video. Alright everybody, so now let's get right into the video. So hope you had a very good, hope you're having a very good morning so far. I am too. Hope y'all joined the total solar eclipse yesterday. Had a lot of fun. I know it's been a lot of cloud cover for parts of Texas and Arkansas due to a lot of storms, but some people did got enough chance to see it, so hope y'all joined that. But in this video we got some big talk because we got 3 days of severe weather today, especially tomorrow, and also on Thursday. So if you like these detailed videos that we do on my channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get right into the video because we do have severe weather that's gonna happen today. So thanks for this surface low that's developing right now, and it's bringing lots of heavy rain parts of Arkansas, Tennessee, and Mississippi. But the main focus on severe weather is going to be in eastern Texas and western Louisiana. So the severe weather is going to be focused in this section right where I'm circling. So if you live in that section, that's where you're going to see the severe weather today. Then the severe weather will shift much farther towards the east, towards Louisiana, more Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. And our big threat is going to be tomorrow, because tomorrow we have a moderate risk for severe weather. And also Thursday is going to be another big day too of severe weather too. So you can see this. A lot of storms happening right now. We got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings, but things are fixing to get ramped up as we go out towards the day. So now, before I get into that, I also want to show you this, because yes, what the weather is going to like for the next coming days as the storm system makes its way through. So as we start with today, still bringing, first of all, right now it's just bringing lots of heavy rain, but by the time we get in towards later day, that's when our severe weather starts kicking in for parts of eastern Texas and in Louisiana. Then by the time we get in towards tomorrow, the severe event shifts farther towards the east, towards Georgia and the Carolinas, and I can lose this because it doesn't matter. The severe weather shifts farther towards the east, towards Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. Then by the time we get towards Thursday, it shifts towards the east coast, including Georgia, Florida, Panhandle, and the Carolinas. So yeah, we got multiple days of severe weather. The system does get a little bit stronger as it gets towards the Carolinas. So yes, we could have a level 3 out of 5 chance of severe weather parts of the Carolinas. So then our system is out of here. Now, what's causing the system? Well, thanks for this little trough that we having right now. This little trough that I'm showing y'all right now is what's bringing us severe weather. This trough, what you call a short wave trough, will work its way towards the east. By the time we get in towards tomorrow, it works its way towards the east. You got very strong mid-level jet winds going through. You can see, and it is pulling a lot of moisture out of that Gulf. So there will be enough moisture with the storms. Here's our big threat. Louisiana, Mississippi got mid-level winds, 76 to 85 knots. Very strong. And this trough does strike just a little bit before moving towards the Carolinas. Then it's out of here. So now let's get on to a stormy day center, because it's also concerning. Yes, we got another big day of severe weather, especially for tomorrow. But first of all, let's focus on today. So today, the severe weather today. So now we got a widespread sightning risk of severe weather for parts of the majority of Texas, the majority of Louisiana, and southern Arkansas. And also we have a enhanced chance of parts of eastern Texas and western Louisiana. So what's just being driven off? Well, mainly all threats. There's a hatch risk for tornadoes, hatch risk for damaging winds, and hatch risk for hail. So here you see states at risk for the severe event today. Tornado threat, 5% probability for tornadoes, but look at this. We have a 10% hatch risk for tornadoes, significant tornadoes. AO2s are higher. So if you live in this area, please be aware. And this includes eastern Texas and western Louisiana. And also 5% tornado risk. Don't ignore that 5%. You will see tornadoes in that 5%, and also an isolated tornado in that 2% risk. Also, not only that, here you see states at risk for tornado threat. Damaging winds, yes, damaging winds are seeing hurricane force wind gusts are higher. If you're in that hatch risk, you will see hurricane force winds are higher. So you have a 30% of seeing winds 50 knots or higher, and also a 15% risk of seeing winds 15 knots or higher. And also we got that 5% risk of damage and winds. So please be aware for damage and winds. Here you see states at risk for that. In Houston, Texas, that does include you. You're under the hatch risk. And also, there's a widespread 30% hatch risk for large hail. Hail seeing 2-inch or higher. So please be aware for that. That includes Austin, Texas, Houston, Texas. Please be aware for that. Wichita, Texas, that includes you. Here you see states at risk for the hail threat. Now, tomorrow. No, before we get into tomorrow, I was going to show you the greens today. So, I'm going to get right into towards tomorrow. I want to show you the greens. So, now let's get right into towards today. So, what's causing this severe event? I mean, first of all, like I showed you earlier, we got that trough that's moving in. And you can see, by the time we get in towards later today, yeah, it's going to be pretty warm. So, temperatures going to be in the 70s all day, so temperatures are definitely warm enough to support severe weather out there. Now, let's get right towards our moisture. By the time we get into towards later today, you can see, yes, we got dew points in the low to mid 60s, possibly upper 60s. Then we even got some 70s towards Louisiana and eastern Texas. So we definitely got the moisture. We can put a check on that. Our instability will be there. Yes, we definitely got our instability. Look at this. Instability gonna be pretty hot today. We got a lot of kick anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 joules per kilogram. So our instability, our lift, we can put a check on that. So we got our dew points, we got our lift. How about our wind energy? Yes, we definitely gonna have our wind energy out there. But thing is, we don't have as much of, but still, that's 46, 50 knots. That is enough. That is enough to support severe weather and damaging winds, especially when we got that cape. So that cape is going to help. So we do got the wind energy. We got enough force in the atmosphere to support severe weather. So we can put a check on the wind energy. Now we're going to look at our significant tornado occurrences. This adds on all the ingredients. So the higher the numbers are, the more favorable conditions are to support severe weather. So you can see, as we get towards later today, you can see tornado parameters are pretty high, especially parts of eastern Texas. You got values anywhere from 7 to 9. Yeah, that's enough. That tells you that conditions right now are favorable for tornadoes. So we have to watch the threat for tornadoes, and that's why we have that hatch risk, is because all the ingredients are gonna be there. We got a wind chill, we got a cape, we got a dew points. Temperatures are warming up, so we definitely got the threat to severe weather. So we can put a check on that parameter because that's there. Now this is updraft history tracks. Now every time you see a strong track, doesn't mean you're always going to see a tornado out of it. That means the stronger the rotation is, the stronger the chances of this trap producing a tornado. And boy, this gets very concerning. There's a lot of it. So a lot of tracks, guys, especially parts of eastern Texas. So we could see some big tornadoes today. EF2s are higher if you live in parts of eastern Texas. That includes College Station if you're in that area. And also Louisiana and Mississippi, you could see some updraft tracks too. So a lot of rotating storms with this system today. Now we're going to time everything out, what the weather is going to look like as we get farther out. So by the time we get in towards noon, things starts happening, guys. We get some very strong storms that start firing up. And we do get a little bowicker that starts moving towards northwest Louisiana, towards Arkansas. So damaging winds could be a problem threat too. But look at this. Things even gets more going by late night hours. We got some very strong storms moving towards Texas. Eastern Texas, very strong storms. You can see these little bean-shaped cells, guys. These cells right here could produce large hail. These are storms that's going to produce our large hail and our tornadoes. And also, very strong storms moving towards Mississippi. So now, let's get right into a severe event tomorrow. Because tomorrow is going to be our big threat. And let's hope we don't get a high risk. Please don't give us a high risk. We haven't had a high risk in a while, but yes. So tomorrow, we got a big threat for severe weather. A moderate risk. So sightning risk stands for Tennessee. So if you live in parts of southern Mississippi, southwest Alabama, and eastern Louisiana, you're under a moderate risk for severe weather. And this is being driven by a tornado threat and the wind threat. So tomorrow is going to be a big threat. So here you see states at risk for the severe event today. Jackson, Mississippi, that includes you. Now let's get right in towards the tornado threat. Yeah, this is also very concerning. There's a widespread 15% risk for tornadoes, and also there's a hatch risk with that too. So big tornadoes, AL2s are higher. So there's going to be a lot of big tornadoes out there if you live in parts of southern Mississippi and Eastern Louisiana. New Orleans, that includes you too. You're in the guns for tornadoes too. So here you see states at risk for the tornado threat tomorrow. And also there's a 45% risk of damaging winds. So damaging winds is going to be a big threat too. We're going to have very strong damaging winds, bow echoes that's going to wipe through. That's going to knock down some power lines and trees. So widespread hatch risk for damaging winds. So please be aware for the damaging winds. Significant damaging winds mean hurricane force winds are higher. A hatch risk means hurricane force winds are higher. So here you see states at risk for the damaging wind threat. And also, the hail threat is still there, but not as big, but still there. Here you see states at risk for that. So now let's get right into our agreements tomorrow. So by the time we get in towards tomorrow, waking up tomorrow morning, temperature's going to be in the 60s. And yeah, it's going to be pretty warm. But look at this. Temperature's only going to be in the 70s. I mean, that's enough to support severe weather. So temperature's going to be in the 70s all day for parts of Louisiana. Western Louisiana going to have temperatures in the 80s. We got temperatures in the low to mid 70s. So it's definitely warm enough to support severe weather. Dew points. So temperatures, we can put a check on that. By the time we get in towards later today, by the time we get in towards tomorrow, we're going to have a decent amount of dew points out there to support severe weather. In special parts of Eastern Louisiana, this is why we got that moderate risk for severe storms. Look at these dew points. Dew points in the high 60s, low 70s. I mean, boy, that's plenty more to support severe weather. So we definitely going to have a big day tomorrow. So I'm more concerned about Mississippi. Dew points in the 70s. Yeah, that's showing concern right there. That's why we have that moderate risk. And what's even more concerning is we got the energy out there. We barely got enough energy, but still enough energy to support severe weather. So we got anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 joules per kilogram, mostly 1,000. We more between 1,000 and 2,000 joules per kilogram. So now, wind energy. Wind energy is gonna be out there too, guys. Look at this. We definitely got our wind energy, especially for today. Look at this, especially down towards southern Mississippi. That's why we have the threat for tornadoes and damaging winds, because all the degrees are there. We definitely got the wind energy. We got those 62 to 66 knot little jet winds blowing through. So we definitely got enough force in the atmosphere to support our tornadoes. So please be aware for that. Now, significant tornado parameters. Now, significant tornado parameters are not super hot, but still are there. So, Louisiana, Mississippi, tornado parameters are there. So, we got enough to support tornadoes. So, the values are anywhere from 12 to 14, 16 values. So, we saw parameters are pretty hot. Now, updraft hurricane tracks. And this is also very concerning. Now, boy, if you look at Louisiana, Mississippi, boy, look at all these tracks, boy. Like, yeah, that's concerning. There's a lot of rotating tracks with these storms. So these storms could bring lots of rotating tracks. So yes, this is business, guys. It's very business. We got a lot of rotating tracks. So we could see a lot of big tornadoes tomorrow, especially for tomorrow. It's gonna be pretty bad tomorrow. We got that moderate risk. Now we're gonna time everything out by looking at the future radar. So as we get in towards tomorrow, waking up tomorrow morning, we got a lot of rain for parts of northern Mississippi and parts of northern Mississippi and Tennessee. But watch this. As we get in towards tomorrow morning, boy, if you live in parts of Louisiana, you have some very strong storms coming through, y'all. Probably some damaging winds. And look at this. Look at this. And this is why the damaging wind threat is there, guys, because we got a huge bow echo that's gonna come through, and all these storms where we could rotate. So yes, it's gonna be pretty active. As we get in towards tomorrow afternoon, these storms moves towards Alabama. Probably a bow echo coming towards Yall. Then it moves towards Georgia. Then it starts getting towards the Carolinas around April 11th. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty active. So now let's show y'all. Not only that, let's also severe weather on day 3. So day 3, guys, day 3 could get upgraded too. We're not gonna see it. We're not gonna see it as a bigger threat for tomorrow. The thing is, day 3 have to watch it. So severe weather on day 3. So, sightly risk of staying far south. That's for a panel in far as north as North Carolina's, and also Ohio Valley got a slightly risk too. So a little bit too early out. There's no hatch risk yet, but we could pretty sure we will get that hatch risk too. There's still uncertainty, so that's why we didn't get that unhinged chance yet. But once all models come together, we will see, because models been flip-flopping about day 3 severe event. There's been change in the model, so that's why they are very uncertain if this is going to be a hinged chance. But I'm pretty sure we probably will get it at least later today or tomorrow. So now, I'm not going to show you the greens with that. I'm just going to show you for today and tomorrow. But tomorrow, I'll have another video out tomorrow about that moderate risk. And also, on day 3, I'll have a video out on that too. So, it's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video.